Hey, how are we doing? It's JJ. We have travelled over from the Isle of Skye after a fantastic sort of 5 days viewing and sightseeing and travelling around the island. We're now back over into the mainland of Scotland, and we've travelled up past somebody's beeping up the road, typical. We found a spot, apart from someone beeping, and that seems to be pretty quiet. So yeah, we just travelled up past that sort of famous castle and Eowlin Dunedin. It was used in Highlander, but it didn't stop there because it'd be full of Americans and that. So travelled up past that. We are at Loch Cluanie or Cluanie, not too sure how to say that, and I don't really want to offend anyone by my pronunciations. So we found a spot. There's a little bit of a track going off behind us up to like a private estate, but yeah, found a nice little spot. I'll show you around afterwards. This is what we're going to be using tonight for our little camp out in the Scottish wilds and that as such. And I'm not going to lie, this is something that I was given to test out and use. I have actually already used this. We pitched it up at a friend's sort of family's birthday in a field and that, and it served us well. They obviously want to see it in use somewhere else and a little bit of a test and review. So although it's not the smallest, this is the Unigear Space Dome 2 tent. It's a 2-person tent. You could reasonably fit 3 in at a push. It weighs 3.2 kilos, or is just over like 7 pounds, which, you know, it's not heavy. It's not massively too heavy, but it's not ultralight either. In terms of the actual waterproofness, the ground sheet is 3,000 and the actual outer itself is 2,000, so not massive in terms of water repellency, but it'll do the job. So we're going to get this pitched, start getting it set up, and I'll just run you through it. So let's get this going. So you're going to notice one thing straight away, and this is my real bugbear with this tent, and I'm not afraid to say that on video. If you're going to test and review anything, it should be an honest appraisal of the actual equipment that you're giving. Don't just say the best thing ever in sliced bread and things like that. Inner pitch first. Wild camping can never guarantee the weather. You don't know how it's going to pan out. Thankfully, say we're in the middle of Scotland, thankfully again it's not raining at the moment. Inner pitch first. It doesn't work for most of us at wild camp because you've seriously got to be on your A game to get it pitched really quickly and get the outer on before it pisses down with rain. There you go. 2 main poles that go across, crisscross each other. Poles are made of 7000 series grade aluminium, and then 2 cross beams which billow it out and give you a fair bit of headroom. So we're just going to quickly get going with that. Just going to get these roughly clipped in. One passes underneath the other, cross it over. Let's start with this one. Don't make the mistake when you first start is putting the tent pegs into the round holes you see. Clip that in. that's the main part of it up, and then you have two poles which feed through across, and again these go through a little mesh panel, two little eyelets that come out and hold those in. Same the other side. Right, this is available in 3 colours. You'll see when I actually put the outer on that it's I quite like this kind of yellow with a little bit of like a burnt sort of copper mesh background. The other colours are a vivid red and a vivid blue. I wanted something that would just kind of stand out a bit. Reds and blues don't really do it for me. I'm just going to stop it here. I'm just going to take some pics around so you can actually see the clipping fastening points, and then we'll go into the next bit. Catch you in a minute. Just taking a few pictures so they're like the fastening points, the clip points and that. I really quite like this in terms of its colour. It's got 2 entry points here. It's long, winds up, backs on itself with a mesh panel that can be closed up as well, and that's the same on both sides. And then when the outer goes over, it's like 2-way in terms of you've got a rear storage bit which you can get out of, but it's primarily used for storage, and a larger vestibule at the front for getting in, storing like your gas stove and things like that. So I'm just going to crack on. I'm going to start getting the top put on now. Where's my ties? Ties. Door. I'm going to stop it there because it's really hard to sort of film this in continuity with what you actually do. I generally tend to put the top over, and then there's tie back points to attach the outer to the frame with some clip backs. So I'm just going to start on that now. I'm just going to pop you up and pause. Right, James just giving us a hand getting the tie backs and that done on this. I'll show you pictures from the inside. Now we're just going to get the final pegging out done. Get that loosely done. Now I'm just going to go around, get it all tensioned out and show you what it looks like. Right, that's all pitched, that's all guided out. It comes supplied, as I said, by 11 pegs, which is alright if you've got 11 peg out points, but you don't. What you actually need is a minimum of 13 for your initial stakes and the guideline pegs out, and an extra 2 if you want to peg down the door bits. They are actually pegged down on this main bit, but if you want these pegged down as well, you will need 15. So you're short 2 initially, and then you're short by 4 if you really want to peg down that door in a really blowy wind. So yeah, that's something they need to take notice of rather. Unigear, you need to start stocking these with a few extra pegs. Just put up the little air vent. There's one each side of the top. It's going to open the door up, double zip, just roll that up. It's a cracking location. Just to look at my backside while I do this. Loosely get that done up for now. There's the toggle. There's the toggle. There you go. Jobbed. I'm going to take some pics, some of the inside details, and I'll get back to you. Right, I'm actually filming this from outside through the mesh. You can actually see it's got a fair amount of head height in it. That's looking back towards the rear door. You can just see some of the tie-in points there. I'll pull pictures from my other setup I've done of this, but yeah, we're all set up. Going to get the air beds and that in. Boom, job done. Mountains, happy days. I am sat right inside. I've emptied all the kit out and that, but I am sat, legs out straight in front of me. I'm up, and I've still got all that head height, so which is quite good. There's a pocket just there. There's one there, and then there's one big one there, which is ample, which is enough. That'll do's. Right, let's get a dry and put down. Morning. So how did this tent perform? Pretty well. One of the things there is a little bit of a problem with though is these, which you open up to get some ventilation and air in. If the wind changes direction, these don't half baffle and flap about, and it makes a bit of a noise. What else? It doesn't quite come down as low as you would expect the outer fly sheet to. I could have probably tensioned it a little bit more, but it needs to come down a little bit further. But failing that, there is plenty of room inside, plenty of room, loads of head height. You could sit up properly and still have a fair bit of room above you, even with like a torch hanging down. There's multiple loops in that inside to hold torches, and that for what is, all intents and purposes, just a 2-person tent, the Space Dome 2 is pretty decent. I say, we've used it, it's performed well, it hasn't leaked, it's done us good. That's the tent. Give them a check out, Unigear. There's lighter tents out there, there's more robust, more durable. Yeah, but for what it is, it's a really decent tent. Not bad. All except the inner pitch first. But I use it over winter? Probably not. But there's always ways and means around that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you again later.